What's up, guys? We are here at Buddy Dog in Sudbury. This is Sudbury. Yeah, off of Route 20. But we're here at Buddy Dog, and we're gonna soft wash this roof. It's a great representation of all the organic growth you'll have on the roof. You got the moss, you got the black discoloration, the magma, and then sprinkled all over is a little bit of lichen. And you can even see where, in terms of preventatives of having organic growth start in your roof, you'll often see these chimneys. And what's going on here is that there's copper, there's metal up there, and then the oxidation that runs off that copper and metal from rain causes the organic growth not to grow. So that's what's going on there. And so trying to get the rest of the roof to look like that. And there's a lot of moss here, some thick moss. And I guess this is our first video about roof soft washing. You got the three growths: the moss, the magma, the black discoloration or black streaking. And then you have the lichen, which is the physical flat growth. Might instill some pictures right now of what that looks like. But basically all three growths are handled the same. Soft washing, algicide, soap and water to kill the organics up here. So what day of service is going to look like is that we will treat the whole roof with the solution, and that black discoloration will be basically gone day of service. That black discoloration is a very thin mildew buildup, and the algicide basically breaks it down, washes right away. It's the expectation that the physical growth, the moss and the lichen, the physical growth on the roof, it's a gradual result. It takes, after the roof has been treated, depending on how thick the growth is on the roof, will depend on how long it takes to disintegrate off the roof. So it's very dirty right here with the moss. We got a lot of thick moss up here. And after we treat this roof, the moss will go from its natural green color to a bright white like cotton, or almost like it looks like it's snowed up there. And that's how we know it's dead. Then as it dries out, it's just a dead brown color. And then it takes 3 to 6 months for the remaining physical growth to disintegrate off the roof. This is only a proved way to really clean a roof. You can't power wash a roof. You can't scrape a roof to remove the organics day of service. It's damaging to the roof. So we got Cody treating the roof. He's already treated this whole section of roof. He's just giving it another once over. Christian's doing some risk management. The algicide soap solution, its whole job is to attack the organics on the roof. The moss, the lichen, the magma, they're very simple organic growths, and the algicide penetrates them very quickly and does its job and takes care of that at the strength the solution's at. When it comes to more complex organic growth like bushes, plants, things like that, you just gotta pre-wet it, make sure it's wet if solution was to hit it. And then if there is solution on it, rinse it off. And these plants are fine. We do hundreds of roofs in a year and never really have any issues with any vegetation being harmed, just because the lead technician's whole job is to make sure the solution goes onto the roof, and the assistant technician is helping him with risk management and safety. So that roof's looking good right there. And again, today we're gonna catch some instant results of the transition from this black discoloration. You can see where the metal from the chimney has kept organic growth from starting. This is how the roof should look. This black is organic growth, lichen, and moss. So I'm excited to get over here to show the transition here and what to expect over there. So we are third of the way through the roof. You can already see the roof's still wet, but the algicide's already broken down below the caps of magma. Cody's now treating this section of roof. Cody's hitting this corner right now, and this is why, again, it's important to have 2 technicians on site. One providing the treatment and the other just making sure that if there is any overspray, it doesn't stay on the plants. So I'm having the guys right now skip over this section and start hitting this moss here, because it's, you know, this section is already drying. It's sunny out. We're gonna see what the instant results are. This is still very sudsy, and the solution is still doing its job. And we can see what the transition over here is going to look like. And I want to keep this the lac section we treat. So hopefully we can get some good footage of what this looks like day of service and what to expect. So up here, just looking at the roof, we already treated this section of roof. We're letting it dry. Grab some good footage of what that looks like. But I wanted to also grab a close-up of this roof. This is basically as bad as it gets. It sometimes a roof can have moss on every square inch, and you can't even see a shingle. But this is how the moss is looking alive. We've got the black discoloration right there. We got the lichen right here. That's that flat growth, and then we got the moss. And we're gonna treat it, and I'll come back up here and I'll show what that looks like day of service and how we know it's dead. We're over here at Buddy Dog, giving this roof a nice soft wash. We stopped right there kind of to show the results day of service here, but we are using soft washing to clean this roof. So as you can see, again, roof cleaning, it's not an instant result when you have built up physical growth. If you're to power wash that away or scrape that away, it would be damaging to the roof and risky for the technicians. I would not want to be dancing around on this slippery organic roof, brooming it, using a power washer, damaging the roof, having a line around your feet. I've seen videos and I've heard horror stories of people falling off of roofs, but instead this is the right way to clean the roof. Spray the organic growth and kill it. We get asked often, do you step on the roof to clean it? No, we don't have to. We prefer not to. Cody is just at the gutter line, spraying the solution, 15 feet to reach this peak up here. And that's how it's done without stepping foot on the roof and risking damaging the roof by walking on it, or risk the technicians from standing on a roof. So Cody just finished treating this roof, and this organic growth is dead or dying. You can already see the black discoloration lifted and gone. You can still see the section of roof we didn't finish yet, but I'm gonna get some other shots of that. But yeah, this is what it looks like. And then the moss is just breaking up, but I'm gonna keep revisiting this roof as I pass by for the next couple weeks to see what it looks like after a week of the service, 2 weeks after the service, 3 weeks after the service, and then ultimately the final video will be 6 months after the service, because that should be the timeline of full results. In 3 to 6 months, this should all be gone. This roof is close to instant in terms of results. There is lichen and a little bit of moss here and there on this roof. I'm gonna grab some pictures of that, but this roof is almost instant results. If you have black discoloration, Gliocaps magma on your roof, almost instant results. When it comes to this, gradual, and the thicker where the moss is, the longer it's probably gonna take. Also, if there's tree coverage, because after we treat this roof, this organic growth is dead. I'm probably gonna revisit this in the next 2 or 3 days to show that this moss is just crumbling into dust. And then it's just a matter of rainfall, wind, and just the organics breaking down and just gently coming off this roof. And that's how you clean that roof without power washing it or scraping it or damaging the shingles. So we are close to done for the service. This is where we started. This is where we continued on. This is where we stopped to let this dry and kind of see the transition of the instant results. And then over here is where we treated the moss. And it looks like Christmas. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this ladder back and catch a better angle of this roof over here. Here's where we started, and then here is where we stopped. This is the growth still on the roof. We basically stopped treating around this area. You can see where some got hit with the treatment and didn't fully work, because we wanted to stop, treat over here. But over here, it's looking good. And you can see all the white spots from the lichen. And again, this, 3 to 6 months to disintegrate off the roof, like hands down. These little spots, these little lichen spots, I've had results in the past where 3 weeks, the less thick the growth is, the more exposed to the elements it is, the faster and sooner it's going to disintegrate off the roof. And so we're just finishing up the section we purposefully missed to show the transition of the results. We got the solution over here working. So there's 3 parts to the cleaning solution: water, algicide, and soap. The algicide is to attack the organics and do the actual cleaning. The water is to dilute that algicide because you don't need the algicide at full strength. It would be too costly to do the roof, and it's not needed. It needs to be diluted. And the third component, the soap, is mostly used for when it's hot out, and if you spray the algicide and water onto the roof, it will evaporate. It will evaporate instantly, and if the roof isn't wet from the treatment, it's not working. So it's a 3-part mixture. Spray it on. Soap helps from the solution evaporating instantly. And then also, some people could argue that since it keeps it from evaporating, if you take water and spill it on your counter at home, it's just gonna dry up. If you mix up soapy water or just soap, for example, or soapy water, spill it on your counter, it will just leave a residue. So basically, you know, one could argue that with the soap solution mixed in, after this roof visually dries, it's still retaining some moisture. It's still locking in some of the algicide to just keep working for the next 24 hours, 48 hours, and to keep killing the organic growth like this moss, and just to really make sure that the organics on this roof are taken care of. So we're just wrapping up here, and I've said it a million times: organic growth is dead. Black discoloration is gone. All of the roof has been treated. Now the physical growth over here, the minimal physical growth, is turning reddish brown, and this roof is still wet from the treatment, so it looks a little shinier than it really will be, but that is it. And when I revisit this property, we'll see the clear transition from where this roof was clean, here, where this was all dirty, and then it all looks even. And then I'll be visiting this area every time I pass this property to document the time lapse. So this video is basically going to be the first part of probably a 3-part video. I'll come back here. I don't know if it's going to be in 2 days, 3 days, a week, but we'll see what it looks like in a week. And then I'll be coming back 3 months, see what it looks like at 3 months, especially over here. I expect this will all look fine. See what that looks like in 3 months, and then 6 months. You know, this is off of Route 20. It's Buddy Dog, so I'm in this area all the time. So yeah, that's how it's done. If you're in Massachusetts and interested in having your roof soft washed or your siding soft washed, you can find us at 508-203-0567. HigherPowerWashingNE.com. And thanks for watching. Hey, Rob, Higher Power Washing. We're back here at the roof. Basically a week later, we provided this service Monday the 8th, and it's May 14th right now, so basically 1 week later, and as expected, the Gloiocaps magma is gone. From this distance, I'm not sure if you can tell how much lichen or moss is sprinkled on this roof, but looks pretty good. And then this looks exactly how I want it to look. pull this out a little bit. So yeah, this is exactly what you want to see. Let's get a close up here. It's just breaking down. So, like this area right here, it's just dead and crumbling into dust. And all of this will clean up. Like I said a dozen times in the beginning part of this video, it takes 3 to 6 months for this to clean up. And we'll just revisit this roof during that time period. And yeah, 6 months from now, it'll look like there was never any organic growth on this roof. And that's how you soft wash a roof. So just to finish up this video at Buddy Dog, we've already talked about all the instant results over here, and we've got the moss over here where it was the thickest, and it's going to take 3 to 6 months for this growth to disintegrate off the roof without using any kind of scraping or power washing or anything like that. But you know, higher power washing, we offer guarantee full eradication of organic growth on your roof. In 3 to 6 months, if there was still organic growth on that roof, we would come back out here and retreat the